Hey guys, so I'm pretty excited about this. I've got like the last two pieces to finish off Bonebreaker. So I did videos where I was gradually, getting these figures. Yeah, I think pretty much every single one. Sabretooth being the most recent, and then I found Havok and Maggot today. So Maggot basically has the head and the gun, I think, and then Havok has like the barrels that go back here. I actually found these two in the wild today. So Maggot I found at a place in Burlington. It's called Brothers Vintage. And Havok I found at Sailfish in Winston today. So pretty excited about that. So I'm going to set Bonebreaker aside. And I'm going to focus on the reviews for these figures. And then, put them all together. So, I guess I'm gonna start with Maggot. Like I'm pretty excited about this one. So the thing is his mutant power is let me just read this here. So Maggot's mutant power is his two giant slugs, Eenie and Meanie, that serves as his digestive system. So if I remember correctly, these little worms can like go and eat stuff and gives them energy. Like gives them superhuman strength and stuff like that too. Wow, that's really cool looking though in person. This one is one that came out like so this is kind of like an update. I think it was a Juggernaut wave. They had came out with one. And this is an update to that. So I never really had that one. So I was really excited about this just to have a different looking one. So this is kind of like the old school Havok. I've got the one that was like a 2-pack with Polaris. So he's Alex Summers, who's the brother of Cyclops. So yeah, I'll be right back. I'm gonna open Maggot up first and work on that. Alrighty, so I got Maggot out of the package and just hold him in hand for a little bit. It's a really cool figure. Like these shoulder pads are really cool. So it's like a kind of a floppy piece that goes up top here. But you can actually move his arm quite a bit, and they actually painted in the joint there, which I really like. I didn't notice there was two there, and I was like looking at them, and they both had like this little crease here, or I don't know what it is, but it's at the elbow. But they both had it. This one didn't have it quite as bad. But if you're getting Maggot, like I would pay more careful attention to, especially if you're getting the Build-A-Figure, to the face here of Bonebreaker. So like, this one wasn't bad, but I noticed the other one, it had like really tan upper teeth. So this one's, pretty clean and white. So, and they're all, like this sunglasses are a little crooked, but the other one was kind of like that too. I think it was just complete opposite, but, is what it is. Yeah, it's like a jacket that kind of goes over this. It looks like this piece is attached to the jacket. I wouldn't bend it too much, but it is nice that you can kind of get the arm, thing. I love the face on this. It has that little hair, kind of reminds me of Strong Guy. Has a very devious grin. I mean, the eyes are just extremely good. I don't know if it's like green with orange, but yeah, they did a really good job on the sculpt and everything. The pants are just kind of like, they have like this texture to it, like the cape or the jacket has it too, kind of like a leather ish thing. Let's see on the back. Yeah, it's just really well done. Has like these little knee pads too. That's pretty cool. Other than that, it's just pretty basic articulation. He's got like a little weight to him, so he does stand pretty good. He does come with his two slugs. Not sure which one's Eenie and Meanie, but anyways. So these don't really, they're bendable, but they don't like, what's what I'm trying to say? They're not like a wireframe or anything. Like you can pose them, they just have a little flex to them. And I'm not sure exactly where they're supposed to go. I think like one kind of goes there, and then one can kind of go with his hand. I mean, you can put them wherever you want to, but I'm just thinking of the product shots and how those look. So, but, it fits really well. I mean, there's not like anything that kind of holds it down or anything, but like he can, you know, hold it there and you can just set it there and you're good to go. So you could probably, let me see if I can get his arm to kind of move a little bit. So, trying to think of like a pretty cool pose, but yeah, you could do something like that, you know, maybe spread his legs out a little bit or something. I don't know much about Maggot. I just remember he was one of those characters, so I was like, wow, he's got some really cool powers. So there he is there. So I'm gonna bring in Bonebreaker and put these pieces together. So I'm really excited about this because I've been having this piece just laying around. I think the torso came with Siren. Let me just double check here. I think that's the first piece. No, where's the torso came from? Vulcan. So it's the second piece. So I've had it for a couple of weeks. So I'm glad that I've got, you know, a head to kind of keep that little neck piece up on. So pop his head in real quick. And then I didn't do a close-up of here. So the sunglasses kind of have like these little pegs here. I know you can see that there. That goes on both sides. I mean, Havok's done great. God, this is such an awesome figure. Just so unique. He does have like two fisted hands too. So I'm not sure exactly how I'm gonna pose them. He has a pretty basic gun. It's got like a little bit of silver finish here at the tip of it, but the rest of it is just basically like a military brown or something like that. So put that in there. Let's see if I can get his finger in that trigger holster or trigger part. I may have to do this behind screen. I'm gonna take the fist off and do that. It doesn't quite reach over. I don't know. It's like, so I was trying to stretch it a little bit. It's not a big deal to me, but like, yeah, it's like the finger doesn't quite stretch over there. Like I tried putting his finger in there first and then stretching it over, but you know, is what it is. I'm thinking about trying one of these fisted hands real quick. So let's see what we have left. Yeah, I got the Ziploc bag behind the camera, just where I've been keeping the parts in to you know, like what I do is I usually, if I get like extra accessories and stuff, I try to keep like a Ziploc bag and separated from the parts. So, and I'm right-handed, so I always think about that whenever I'm putting weapons together. But let me put that hand in there. God, this thing is awesome looking. Like I'm really impressed with Maggot, but like I'm just like really impressed with this. This is just, wow, this is such a unique, cool figure. It's been a while since I've seen like a Marvel Legend figure that really just, like, I don't know, it just stood out. It was like amazing, you know, but that is it right there. That is very awesome. Okay. So, last thing I've got is I've got Havok to do, and so I'm gonna open him up. You know, he's just got these barrels go in the back, so not much else to it. But I'm gonna review him too. I'm so interested in Havok and how he looks, so I'll be right back. Alright, so I got Havok out, and has a pretty basic body. This kind of reminds me of like the body that was on the Powers of X Xavier. But definitely has this headpiece here. The mouth looks a little weird to me. It's like, I know it's lips, but like when I look at it, it just kind of looks like a mustache from far off. I don't know. And if I look at far off, it's like the same kind of hair. So like he's like kind of blonde or whatever. So there's that. Does have this headpiece. I notice mine is a little off. Or maybe it's the size off. I don't know. But I think that can be kind of, you heat it up and you can, reorganize it or whatever. It's not bad, but it just looks a little different. Other than that, it's just like kind of a basic body. Does have like the, butterfly shoulders, pretty basic articulation, So yeah, I'm cool with that though. I think it's really neat. Does have this back piece, so I like that they just kind of added some different effects on here. Because I'm kind of tired of like those effects that they had that was like with Magneto, Storm, like the big circles. I think the old Havok had that too. I think Emma Polaris had like the same thing, except they were different colors. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, it just pops in here. There's like a peg here, and there's a peg here, and you can kind of do it however you want to. So even when you get it in, you can just kind of spin it around. These are pretty hefty too. Like they're really thick, solid. Like they don't have much bend to it. That one's like that too. And I'm thinking like probably have to take off his wrists to get them in. So just pop these out. Those. God, I didn't crack that. Let's see. Like that, I guess. I always saw like Havok's powers was weird. It was like, I think basically he can turn like solar energy into like energy blasts, but like it's just like always comes out like these circles. Like I don't know if you ever seen First Class, but he was using his powers and it was like he was doing hula hoops. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know, but he's still a pretty cool character. So yeah, we just need to put these through. I don't see anywhere else. That's how I've seen the product shots too. So, they kind of just dangle there though. Like I don't see any other way like they would go in though. So even like when well, you can kind of see like if I push it back, it just falls down. But even when I have it down, it just doesn't quite go anywhere. I don't want to do it too much because I don't want to like do that. But if you got them standing, you just kind of got them, card up like that. So, I like it. I don't think the execution was as good as it could have been. But I think it's good. It's pretty cool. So Bonebreaker, the last thing to do is we got these barrels. They're basically the same. There's like a peg hole here. Yeah, so we just put those on. Looks like they go here on the back. Pretty much some right there in the center. Same thing here. And I guess that's how it goes. The only other way I could think of is like if you do it the other way, but I think it would be a little too close. I'm gonna compare him to like the product shot on the back. So yep. Looks like that's how it goes. I don't see much difference there. Only I thought was interesting though was like he's got pegs here, and I don't know what would go there because I don't think it leaves enough room for the well, I don't think it does. It's kind of like, yeah, it's kind of like in the way of the thing, so I like it better back here. It's like, it sort of has a roll to get on there. So like maybe one could fit there, but this, oops, this would be in the way otherwise. So, but let's see. But yeah, that is an awesome Build-A-Figure. He doesn't have much movement here. It's like this piece right here kind of blocks it, but I don't know. I mean, you can kind of move the torso, I think. Yeah, it's got like a, almost like a ratchet to it. So, God, that's so awesome. You can kind of tell there too. It's just like a ratchet piece. So, dang, that's an awesome Build-A-Figure. So, and to be honest, the last 3 figures I got were the best. So, you know, when it came down to it, it was just like, you know, Sabretooth. Siren was pretty good, but I think these, you know, 3 were like the best. And to be honest, I think Maggot's probably the best. Sabretooth's a close second. Just think Maggot's a very unique looking figure. But nothing beats this Build-A-Figure. This is definitely the highlight of the whole wave. I mean, it should be. It's the Build-A-Figure. You know, just it stands out. It is so awesome looking. I love that so much. But yeah, I'm real excited I got these completed. You know, I'm not seeing a whole lot in Walmarts and Targets right now. It seems like Targets are getting Vulcan, Siren, and Darwin. It's weird. I think like the Havok, Maggot, and all those are getting pushed back to the end of July or early August. So maybe here in a couple weeks they'll start showing up. But I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Oh, I didn't give a score. This I would probably give, God, probably a 9, and that's really nitpicking because I feel like, you know, these Oshie's tracks moved. Like it'd be cool if you just had like a rolled or something. I think this whole body, they did a really good job with that. That's extremely good. You know, I kind of wish there was something here, but I don't know. Like that's just kind of a bit confusing. I like that turret thing moves. So, I mean, that's a 9. Maggot's probably a 9 too. I think that new Sabretooth is probably like an 8.5. And Havok's probably an 8, you know. So, but yeah, that's pretty much all I have. And thanks for watching.